Welcome back. This week on Dirty Jobs. All right. Well, everything that's happening in Washington hour by hour, but the fact is it's toxic, it's mean, it's just silly, and it's so hard to talk about. It really is, week after week after week. Break it down for us.
Yeah, so I'm pretty hard on Washington in this show, and I'm going to continue to be so. That's not an indictment on our members. I think if everyone in Washington was Tom Cole or James Lankford, we would have a much better system than we have. But it's embarrassing. Everything from the Senate, not even U.S. Senate not being able to run a dress code, to now we've got the large looming possibility of an October 1st shutdown. I don't know what has happened in our society on the Washington, D.C. scale, where the days of Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill fighting like crazy over policy and then getting together at the end of the day and doing what's best for the American people. We've got to get past listening to the loud voices out there trying to tell us what to do on the extremes and just do what's right. And frankly, ignore those voices. That's what I'd like to see us do.
It's hard to do because they're not real bright and they're real loud, and they are causing problems for this country.
Yeah, really causing problems. And I think part of the special mess was the second Republican presidential debate that took place this week. For many of you that tried to watch it, it was difficult to watch. Just a lot of screaming and yelling at each other, a lot of blaming, a lot of throwing the former president's name around. Just difficult time communicating with the public what exactly they would like to do as president of the United States. And none of this benefits our country. What's taking place in Congress, we talked about it last week, on not being able to come together with a solution, having a government shutdown on October 1st. That could affect pay for our troops and people in military, could affect infrastructure projects. It's just embarrassing that we don't have enough adults in the room to do the business of our country.
Okay, well, I don't know what to say about that. All right, it's perplexing, and it just it weighs on everybody. But let's come back to Oklahoma for just a second. I mean, raise the discussion in the special session coming up. This one's going to be mostly inter-party sort of disagreements. How do you see this working out?
Yeah, so special session that will start this next week on Tuesday. And again, we had the exact same special session call last year where the governor called for more tax cuts. And it's certainly been a debate that's been up. What I've said on this show many of times is that that debate has been had during regular session, and the legislature decided not to take any measures at that point. There is no sense in doing a special session where we spend more taxpayer dollars to bring people back for 2 days and try and cram something in that the legislature chose not to do in a 4-month session last year. If they want to talk about taxes, the right time to do it is going to be between February and May in 2024.
All right, Mr. Leader, what happens on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm afraid not much happens on Tuesday, and that's sad. While I do agree with my colleague, the legislature didn't act on any type of tax cuts, it was wrong, and the House still wants to do it. What I keep hearing from members is that, which I don't understand because in my district it's been overwhelming, they're getting crushed from inflation. They believe between $5 and $9 billion in savings, no matter how you calculate it. We've kept enough of your money. Contact your representative, contact your senator, tell them you expect something on tax reform. You expect us to do what every other conservative state is doing, and I'm going to go up there on Tuesday and I'm going to fight like heck for it, and I'm going to hope we find a way to get it done. Oklahomans deserve it. We've kept enough of their money. It's time that we give some of it back.
Okay, well, it's something to look forward to, that debate. I know that's going to be a little more uplifting than what's happening in Washington. But in the meantime, you can see this again, news9.com, newson6.com/yourvotecounts, and follow me on my socials @Mitchell Talks.